How's it going, everybody? So today I'm answering a question from a subscriber. There's like 200 subscribers, but one of them did ask a question, and it's one that interests me as well. So the point is, if I install SiteScope on Linux using the command line interface or the console, how do I apply a CA root certificate? And we are going to just see and try. I never did it before. I installed on SiteScope on Linux on purpose using port 8080, no HTTPS, because it was just something different from what I'm usually doing. So we'll see. So today, to do this, I have SiteScope on Linux over here. Not the newest one, but still it doesn't matter. The GUI is still the same. The features for console installations are the same in the newer version as well. This is not something that changed. So I'm going to use one of those nice procedures that says how to create a CA root certificate. It's based on some GitHub, right? So I'm going to just copy those commands. It's going to be root CA here in the root interface passphrase. I don't want to use passphrase. Oh, I must use passphrase. Okay, so passphrase is going to be change it. Change it like we used to do for the Java CA certs key store. All right. And then I'm going to copy this command and enter. Okay, change it. Country name doesn't matter. We're going to say UK. State UK. Locality London. Organization name is going to be, I don't know, MicroFocus because I work there. Organizational unit name, Raining, I guess. And common name, this is the important one, right? So this is where you put your host name, which gets verified, right? So we are going to say syslin, and it's going to be itom.com, okay, because that's the server name. Email address not important, and that's about it. Okay, and now we are going to generate a certificate based on the CA. So this was the CA, right? So based on the same thing, we create the key, and then we create the signing request. Actually, I like this procedure a lot. It just flows, right? Okay, country name doesn't matter. Okay, we're gonna say UK, UK, London, organization name, MicroFocus, training. I'm just repeating the same thing. And the common name is going to be syslin. I hope it would accept it. itom.com. Okay, so now I have the CA root certificate. Oh, passwords. I don't want to use the password actually. An optional company name, I don't care. Okay, so that's about it. And let's see. Okay, there we go. So we did that. And then we are going to see the certificate content. Oh, no such file. Oh, now I need to generate the certificate using the signing request. So that was the signing request, and then the certificate itself. Okay, and let's check the contents of the certificate, and it's all fantastic. We are ready to go with the SiteScope installation. That's cool. So I'm going to go into the SiteScope directory, and I'm just going to execute the SiteScope setup bin, right? So it's going to be SiteScope setup bin, and the all right, we need to create some swap space. So SiteScope on Linux requires swap, and my normally my servers do not have a swap because I try to use the same procedures for my cloud native and normal Linux servers. Also, there is no need for swap. I mean, if you have enough RAM, what the swap is good for. But sometimes there is a requirement to have it. So there we have it. Actually, the swap file is actually a nice solution for that. In the past, it wasn't the case where you needed to have a partition, and it wasn't nice on the SSD drives at all. But now it's using the swap file. Maybe it's not that big of a deal because the swap file can be reallocated, so the hard drives wouldn't be as difficult to use, right? So there's our swap file. It exists. Okay, now let's see what's going on with our free memory. And here's the swaps. So we are good and all. And I'm going to run the SiteScope installation command -I console, meaning that we are going to do it all in the installer here. So that's going to be fantastic. Okay, so choose locale by number. It's going to be English, and then it's going to be some permission. What was it? The end user agreements, which is standard for every installer, right? And in the meanwhile, this night procedure that I had, I'll put it in my notes. I have notes for everything that I use, and I actually like this one very much. So it's going to be under working with certificates, document, and there it is. Okay, just nice certificate. Okay, installer is initializing. That's cool. So very normal. Okay, that initialization takes some time, doesn't it? No, that's fine. This is why we have music. Also, we have a pause button. All right, there we go. So type enter to continue, type enter to continue, all of those nice end user agreements that nobody reads, but everybody has them. Accept, yes, please. Okay, I'm going to install SiteScope. Okay, SiteScope required. Oh, I must specify. Okay, there is no default values. Press enter to continue. Okay, disk display, disk space. It's all cool and nice, and it's still going really well. And hit enter to continue. Those are specifications. Right, so now it's going to be installing stuff. And once it's done, it's going to be asking us questions. And this is the part that we want in this video. So let's let it install. All right, that was actually faster than initialization. So there we go. We are going to start with configuration, I guess. So we had to hit the enter. Okay, and we're gonna say port number. I guess I want it to be 443, so I'm gonna say 2 for change the value, and the new port is going to be 443. And 1 to accept. Administrator login name is going to be admin, of course. Accept the value number 1. Administrator's password, helium. There's some, my internal password for all training purposes. Accept. And then I need to specify it once more. Okay, I'm going to say yes. And then it's gonna be the configuration regular expression patterns will be matched against the host header value. Okay, well that looks logical. File name. Enter the path to license file. Okay, and I'm gonna say do not import. Enter the same passphrase using during export configuration. Accept. All right, here we go. So choose AES encryption size. And then here I need to verify it versus the document that we did. And I guess the encryption size, I have no idea what it was. So I'm going to say what it is, 128, and accept it as it is. Press yes, no to accept the value. Why no, please, one to accept the value. Choose if the configuration data is being imported from SiteScope installation prior to. Why does it try to? Okay. Do we want to enable HTTPS? And here we get to what we wanted. I want to generate HTTPS, and the port number is going to be 443 actually. I'm going to accept the value, and I'm going to say upload certificates. Okay, so upload server certificate. I guess this is where I specify the name of it. So I'm going to open another session over here so I could just look at the file names and specify where they are. I guess it doesn't support auto-completing, so I'm not going to even try. So here are the file names. Here's what it needs. So upload server certificate. I guess that would be the my domain CRT, right? So I'm going to say /root/ the name of the file. Enter the certificate password. So it's going to change it. Accept the value. And root certificate path. Okay, so that's gonna be a root CACRT, right? And I'm going to say /root. I'm going to give it the name. What it wants. Oh, probably password. Yes, okay, that was the password. Do we want to enable CAC? It's going to be no for me. Oh, change the value. Okay, change the value too. And it's going to be no. And then do I want to enable? Okay, do I want to change the value? I do want to change the value. Yes, no. Oh, okay, it's already on number one. Yeah, it's a little bit confusing. Do you enforce use of smartphone? Okay, it's already on no, so I'm going to say yes. And then it's going to say TLS enabled, disabled, AC encryption size. Press 1 to continue, to accept all those settings. So let's see if it worked for us. I'm not really sure that I'm going to be able to get into the SiteScope GUI. There were some issues with that, but congratulations, installation has been complete. So net stat -a and p, and then gonna say grep 443. Nope, we are still not grep 8443. Probably I need to start my Linux. Let me check the procedure. There we go. Install. Right, I need to start my SiteScope using the start command. That's what's different between Linux and Windows installation. The Windows installation automatically starts, but it's because it has a service. And if I remember correctly, the SiteScope script, when you start and stop it, it just creates a service and or removes a service when you use the script. Right, so it would maintain the value after a reboot or something. That is, if I remember correctly. Okay, let's see how it's going. So it's trying. It is trying. So okay, it's trying. That's good. That's good. Let's wait for it. I'm not going to hit the pause button. Just I would want to see and feel how long it takes. On Windows, that would be like about 1 minute, I guess, 1.5 minutes. Depends on what you consider to be the started state. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it listens on port 443 already. It's still starting though. So if I look at the log files, this is server statistics. So let's cut that one. And it's still good. And then we'll see this log. Oh, there is not much into it. Let's see if we have errors. The error log is also the same thing. Okay, so it looks like it started SiteScope. Did it? Yep, SiteScope started as a background process. So let's give it. I'm not really sure that I will be able to access it. I remember that there was some additional setting that I could have used, and the point of this video was to install SiteScope in the first place. So this is where the video ends. But if you want to continue watching, just continue watching. But yeah, this is how you upload the SiteScope certificates, and it's practically the same thing as using the GUI. Right, so let's go with syslin and port 443 like this. Oh no, come on, https syslin.item.com port 443. Let's see. Yep, cannot be reached. Turn on the advanced settings. Yeah, so yeah, there was like a additional thing that I needed to do, but it's beyond the point. It was something very specific to this installation. That's about it. Okay, so let's start troubleshooting it a little bit, but I'm not going to linger on that because I was not even expecting to get into SiteScope on my very first attempt. Yep, Docker monitor, what integration monitor runs. Where's the server? Okay, CD Tomcat. Do we have a log for it? No. Let's go to conf. Okay, and we're gonna say nano server XML. Just want to read through it. Define SSL. What is this? Connection port. Or an 8443. What does it mean? Net start minus A and B grep 8443. Let's see. No, it doesn't broadcast on that thing. Is it commented out? It is commented out. Yeah, I'm literally on the line that comments it out. Okay. So what am I missing here? What am I missing? I'm not missing much. So it's somewhere on spec page number 2. Connector port 443 and compression minimum size, max thread. Yep, that's the one. And you know what? I'm going to do something else. So I'm going to use the text approach here, right? So I'm going to be curl minus k https://syslin. It's going to be syslin with syslin .item.com port 443 verbose. And what do we get? Okay, it doesn't have the proxy exception to listen to it in the first place, and that's on the server itself, so it might be blocking itself. Right here I do have item.com, so that is interesting. So I might have found my problem. So I'm going to say nano etc environment, and yep, I don't have a proxy exception for this. And gonna be comma dot item dot com. Yes, and I'm also going to reconnect just in case. Okay, and what was it now? I need to restart my SiteScope. Do I have a restart at general? Do I have a restart script? No. What do I have? I have start and stop, right? Yep, there's the start. Okay, so I'm gonna say stop. That was super fast. Then we're gonna say start and wait for it. So it might solve the internal problem because it kind of cannot recognize its own host. I saw this problem in a different product, but you never know, as an IT person, you know that everything needs to be aligned unless you want to have hard time troubleshooting it. And then when you call for experts, they don't know your environment, so it's going to be super hard for them to troubleshoot it. So yeah, if you see an error, fix it yourself before it affects you. And I predict that it might be the case over here. So let's see, it's still starting. We're gonna give it another try, but generally we don't care. It's starting on Linux quite a bit longer than Windows. Maybe it waits for the very last bit, because in Windows, when you start, it starts super fast, but then when you go to your browser, it doesn't load the login page at all, because well, it just waits for it, right? What's wrong with the certificate over here? That is really weird, the response. But my machine also doesn't have access to the internet at the moment, so I'm not really sure that it has to do anything with the server itself. So that is a weird one. Okay, go for it, come on. The video becomes really long already. What is it, 24 minutes? All right, started as a background process. So just one last check over here. Nope, it doesn't do a thing for us over here. So let's check the curl command, what it says. And it says, okay, maximum permissible length. So probably my certificate is just too big. So I'm going to do, where am I? Web XML, where is, well, Catalina. Oh, where, Catalina, let's see. Catalina, localhost. Where's my security configuration? Is it in XML? Nano? Okay, let's see. Go here. Compression on, minimum size. Define a non-SSL. Is it like contradicting itself? Connection port, application JSON. SSL protocol, yes. So that's supposed to be the 8080, right? That's supposed to be the 8080, right? And also we want to comment it out because it just did not maintain the SSL the way that I expect it to be, right? It's just weird. So I'm going to comment it out, actually. I'm going to comment it out. So I'm going to say go. No, that would be. So that's the weird part. It did not propagate my settings to the server XML over here, at least not the way that I see it. So I might be wrong, but still a kind of the same thing. So we go to SSL down below and we will uncomment it, right? So we will uncomment that thing. I hope I'm not creating parsing errors over here with my freehand XML editing over here, right? So we're gonna say 8443. So instead we're gonna say just 443, and then we have what we want. I guess. Let's continue reading. So there's another commented out port over here. Okay, and then what is it? Nothing. That's super weird. Is that a bug? Maybe it was sorted out in a newer version. I guess it should be. So start, and we're gonna say just stop. Okay, killed, and then we're gonna say start. Go with the start. So that might be super weird. That might be like what's web XML? Cat web XML. What do we have here? In the web XML, it's quite a big file. Oh. Now this is something for SSL. No, it just doesn't mean anything. Nope. All right. Don't you love how videos get longer? But that's beyond the point. Just for me to understand what's going on, I don't really need this SiteScope app. Let's see how it responds. Practically the same thing. Probably I did not find the right place to configure the HTTPS, right? I'm gonna say actually netstat grep. Because that's supposed to be netstat. Yep, there's quite a long list of 443s. That's fine. That's all right. Is it starting? Is it what? SiteScope started as a background process. Let's see if it fixed the issue. No, it did not. Of course. Okay, it doesn't matter. So this is where I end the video. I'll continue investigating on my own. So see you in the next one. I hope it helps with the TLS.